101ers, I'm Mary.
And I'm Armando.
And today we're going to be talking about numbers. So first thing we want to do when we want to make a number variable is we have to declare it. And that's basically us like speaking that number variable into existence.
So for example, we could use the upcoming Super Bowl and the two teams and their respective scores as the numbers we're going to use to like show this.
Yeah, so we could do let Eagles colon number semicolon, which means that we're going to create this variable called Eagles, which will hold numbers soon. So when we start the Super Bowl, we want to start both at 0, right? Because nobody scored anything yet. This is called initializing our variables. So we'll do something like Eagles equals 0. If we wanted to do it a little bit more simply, we could declare and initialize our variable in the same line.
So for example, we could use the Patriots score, which would be let Patriots equal 0.
And here we don't have to tell it that it's a number variable because the computer is at least a little bit smart, so it can look on the other side of the equation and go, oh hey, that's a number, and assume that Patriots is going to hold a number. Now, when we do this, it means that it can't hold any other value throughout the rest of the code. Like, we can't put a string or a boolean into it. It is always going to hold numbers, even if we don't explicitly declare it. So let's say that in the Super Bowl, the Eagles score their first touchdown.
Whoa.
So the Eagles, we don't want the Eagles score to be equal to 0 anymore, right?
Yeah, so now since they scored the initial touchdown, that's 6 points. So we would now assign Eagles equals 6.
Yeah, so that is called assigning a different value to it. So there's a big difference between initialization and assignment. So initialization is when you first give it value, and assignment is you can assign it any value after you've initialized it.
So after the first 6 points, they still have to take the point after the touchdown, the PAT. So that means we have to add in another point right after. So if we wanted to do this in TypeScript, we would do Eagles equals Eagles plus 1.
And the way that works is when we're declaring it, we're saying we're going to assign to Eagles the value that used to be in Eagles, which was 6 points, and then add 1 to that. So our equation over here is going to be Eagles plus 1, so 6 plus 1, and it's going to assign that back over to Eagles over here. So from here on out, Eagles will be equal to 7.